So I'm not super well versed in this matchup. Um, so I'll just try and stick to general feedback. Um, just try and stick to general feedback and point out things that are like, yeah, no one plays samus. Every like region has that like one samus main, but like mine, both of the samus mains in my region, like the current samus main in my region, um, like it's not like state like PR level tier. Yeah, yeah, it's like a matchup that Sheik should win, right? Like Sheik should destroy Samus. And it makes sense when you think about it because like Samus, a big thing with Samus, is that she struggles to deal with certain angles. So like if Samus drops down, like like so. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, the chat is popping up now. Sweet, awesome. But if hopefully this shows up. Okay, yeah. So if Samus is like so, on the ground, there's this angle right there that you can take advantage of because Samus's threat range is basically this area right here, and that's like this area like right there. Unless she does an upward angled F tilt, or she reads you coming in with an up tilt, she struggles to contest this space diagonally buffer. So that's why like needles are so good against Samus, especially like platform needles, because you just really struggle to contest them. That's why spaced fair and bear are so good against Samus, because she again struggles to contest them. Although I think that fair is better than bear against Samus, because if you're bearing Samus, and it puts you more like even horizontally to her. But yeah, so those are the big things I think in this matchup. So anyway, let's watch the match. I'm not okay. So first thing that pops out to me is that I'm not really a fan. I'm not a huge fan of this Nereida right here because it puts you above Samus, and above Samus is really not where you want to be at all. Because like if you look at this situation right here, if you look at the situation, Samus is just in perfect position to up air you or even up tilt you through the platform. And she's also in perfect position to just move into center stage. So by kind of throwing out this full hop, drifting forward neutral air, you're giving up on your stage advantage and just letting Samus have it, basically. And Samus kind of just messes up their movement. Yeah. Yeah. But the reason you're not punished for this, like, you're not directly punished for this, is because Samus just messes up their movement right here. Like, they're just standing and they're turning around, and then they just end up walking forward. So if this Samus was moving well, they'd already be in center stage by now, and they'd be able to set up another position where they get under you and they can threaten up air and up air especially. And then the other thing that Samus can do when you get above her is just do what the Samus does and crouch cancel down tilt you, which is very strong. Like this is really just not a great situation for you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so it looks like I think I'll consult the Discord because I think there's in the general channel there's a pinned message. There's a pinned message with crouch cancel frame data. So frame advantage versus crouch. I'll snip this so you can see it. Okay, so we're looking at the frame advantage versus crouch. As you can see right here, you hit auto cancel fared Samus in this situation, and auto cancel fair is -6 on crouch on versus crouch, and Samus's down tilt is frame 5. So that auto cancel fair can be whiff punished, or can not like I guess not whiff punished, but can be CC punished pretty much every single time. So you really have to space perfectly when you're coming down with a fair on crouching Samus. I'm gonna change. Okay, so anyways, moving on. Getting that back below there. Okay, so moving on. So a big thing that we're foreseeing is to not come down on top of Samus like that. Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, this is. Yeah, this one was all canceled, which I think is worse. Yeah, all cancel fair is 1 frame worse than auto cancel fair. So yeah, you fair Samus. I think that would definitely be something to practice Knuckle Punch. Like actually just practicing spacing fairs to be outside of Samus's be outside of Samus's down smash range. Like you're looking at like space fair at the absolute tip of it. I think you can. Actually, I think you can. I'm just gonna double check that to make sure. I'm just pulling up Knuckle Punch, but I don't have my capture card hooked up to my computer right now. Okay, so I'm going to FD. I'm pushing Samus to the middle of the stage. I'm putting her to crouch. I'm having her floor hug trajectory DI, and I'm having her down smash. I don't know, man. That's really tight. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. Yeah, you can do it. It's possible. It is tight, though, but it's definitely something you should be practicing. Okay, I like the decision not to go for the back air there. Grab was high reward. Okay, I see what you were going for. Because, like, it looks like this right here is a very good situation for you. Like, that's a really good situation for you, so I see why you went for it. If you had just fared there, I think, instead of needling, I think that would have been a solid option. It seems like you're not really sure what to do when Samus is in the corner, to me. Because you kind of, like, you put her in the corner, and then you just do all of this stuff where you're kind of, like, short-hopping around her. Yeah, that would be a read, but also it's, like, it's a pretty safe option. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, like, so the big fundamental thing with a character like Samus, like, with a, like, when you're in this spot, stream is a little bit laggy. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I'm dropping a few frames. Yeah, but it's usually fine. Is it still watchable? But the big thing. Okay, awesome. But the big thing when you're looking at this situation. So the big thing. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I think that's just Wi-Fi. But the big thing is that when you look at a character like Samus that uses wave dash back so much to create space, when she's in the corner, this is all the space she has. So that means that you can take advantage of the advantage you have with your fair or needles, and that means that you can pressure her into the corner because she doesn't have space to wave dash back with. So stuff like boost grab is something that starts to work really well when Samus is in the corner, and then of course just short hop fairing at her, or short hop fairing at her, or platform needling her, or run off plat fairing her. All of these things are really good because especially when Samus is in shield and you're in this spacing, she has to make a big commitment to get out of shield because she can't really wave dash back. So in order to get out of shield, she has to wave dash down and let you continue pressuring her, or wave dash forward with an attack. But that's also something to look out for, to watch top sheiks for, how they corner pressure. Because watching a top sheik corner pressure will explain to you what your options are better than I can. But I think that's something to look out for. Maybe something to look into, something to analyze. What sheiks do when they're in this kind of position. And moving on. Yeah, right here you had an opportunity to hit Samus. If you're looking at so Samus jumps. Right here you have an opportunity to at what timestamp? Right here. When she's in the corner shielding, okay. Yeah, if you short hop, you go to plat. So what you can do in this situation that's unique to Stadium is you can short hop back, no impact land to the platform, and then just drop down with the bear. You just drop down with the bear because short hop, no impact land, short hop back, no impact land, drop down with bear is actually really fast. And something that not a lot of sheiks, especially beginning sheiks, are really thinking about. But also if you short hop back and no impact land to the platform, you can also do stuff like just dash dancing and react to what Samus does. Because you're right in that, and if you're being a bit careful of the situation, I think you can just straight up drop down. I'll go to Pokemon. Yeah, you can just straight up drop down. Dash dancing on plat is really good. I've seen something that Swedish does against Peach I've seen him do is he'll waveland to the side platform and then dash dance and react to what Peach does with the short hop off the platform. And that's pretty strong. But yeah, so when you're here, you can just no impact land to the platform, and of course, there's also the option when Samus is in shield of just boost grabbing her. Because if you look at what she does, she just stays in shield. So if you had boost grabbed, then you would have hit her for sure. But the consideration with boost grabbing Samus when she's shielding is just that she'll wave dash forward down tilt you, or wave dash forward F tilt you. But that's the kind of thing that you really don't that you should scout for, right, when you're playing against a Samus. And when you see that they don't like to wave dash forward F tilt or wave dash forward down tilt in this kind of spot, then you're free to just boost grab them. Or also just wave dash back if they don't just wave dash back. Yeah, Samus is definitely not like Peach at all. I I mean, she kind of is. Like, they're both tanky. But the biggest similarity is that they both struggle to deal. They both. I'll find a good frame where Samus is standing. Okay, there's no. But the point is, so Samus struggles to deal with. Actually, I'll just use this existing sipping tool. She struggles to deal with this angle right here, like I was talking about earlier, and so does Peach. And that's kind of the biggest similarity between them, besides them both just being crouch cancel machines. But it means that if you come down on diagonally on her with a fair with needles, or like fair needles, or fair like I mentioned earlier, then you can really take advantage of her weakness in that spot, much like Peach. Because, like, if you think about Peach, like, she can sort of deal with that spot, but she has to be really proactive with it, and has to, like, get a nair positioned really, really tightly. But yeah, Samus's main, like, you can really bully Samus hard, because her main option to contest this sort of space is up tilt, and she has to read you with it. And then her secondary option to contest that space is up tilted. Upward diagonal up forward tilt, which is just really anemic hitbox. But yeah, you can pretty much just fair Samus for days, fair her back at her or needle her, and then you can also just boost grab her because her options for contesting the space in front of her are all pretty committal. And you can just force her into the corner. You can just like force her and keep on pressuring her into the corner. Yeah. Yeah, so just try and maybe dash dance on the platform more in the situation. And then you can always just dash dance on the platform and then run off wavelands. You can always just do that. You don't have to do an aerial from the platform. You can always just like run off. No, I'm not showing this. Not really. I'll try and find a good example, a good spot to pause it at. So let's say you land on the platform right here, right? If you're just dash dancing on the platform, you can just react to Samus moving forward and just like stop her advance. Like you can react with a dash off, turn around needle. You can react with a dash off back air. You can turn around and shield drop fair. Or you can just react to her coming forward with dash off and the waveland forward, and that would just maintain center stage control for you. So you're not necessarily giving up on center stage if you know impact land to the platform. Yeah, but if you look at this no impact lands, like right here, like you're still in a really good position to punish Samus, and you actually had a shield drop fair here you had a shield drop fair here available to you that you could have taken. Like this whole sequence is a little bit weird because like you're doing this like empty movement pressure, but you're also passing up opportunities to pressure Samus. Like right here, you're passing an opportunity to pressure Samus. You give up another one right here. And giving up on this opportunity right here is ultimately what lets Samus get under you. And again, Samus getting under you is exactly what you want to avoid in this matchup. If you try and grab this, you can probably just roll out of this right here. Like if you look at the situation, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're out of leg right here, so you could have just rolled out for free, just like roll behind or roll away. But instead you try and grab Samus and you get down tilted. And that's another thing to think about with Samus. Also Peach, is that because they're so slow on the ground, Samus less so, but she's still pretty slow, you can just kind of roll away from her pretty much for free. Like with Peach, she pretty much has to cover if Peach wants to cover you rolling away from her, like rolling past her, she pretty much has to commit herself 100% to preventing that option. But she's then unable to prevent you just like staying in space. Like she has to give up pressure on you. Yeah, consider buffered options are really good. You could also spot dodge here potentially, because Samus is like a kind of a character that doesn't really have any lingering hitboxes. Because like if you spot dodge down tilt there, you'd definitely been able to grab her. But again, spot dodge is not something that's really super reliable. Let's look at it. Okay, let's look at buffered jump. My gut instinct is that it's not going to be reliable because you land right here, so you have 3 more frames of landing leg. 1, 2, 3. You're now actionable. Jump squat is 3 frames. 1, 2, 3. And then you're in the air right here, in the air. Ooh. It looks like it might have hit. I mean, it doesn't look like it might have hit. It looks like it might have worked. But I think a roll is going to be more consistent. Yeah, very tight. Very tight for sure. Okay, and then you get the grab. You might have been able to grab the ledge here. Like I think if you smash turn, wave dash back, you can probably grab the ledge here after this needle. Yeah, that too. That too for sure. But I think you can also just grab ledge from Samus from here. Just steal it. Because this is just about max range for the wave dash down to ledge. And you could also just dash forward, and then you could just dash forward and then dash back, shield stop, wave dash back to grab ledge. If you're not sure if you can make it. But yeah, I'm not super good at edgeguarding Samus, but that does sound about right, Flubs. Yeah, so definitely both things to work on. Just work on, like Flub said, like just constantly throwing needles to prevent Samus from grabbing ledge, and then also adjust wave dashing back, like just grabbing ledge as soon as possible. Yeah, Samus had. I mean, if Samus had the exception to Samus not having good options after grabbing ledge is if they have the aerial interrupt stuff really down. But I don't think this Samus has aerial interrupts. They don't strike me as the kind of Samus that would. And I'm also not sure how much aerial interrupts change the game when it comes to pressuring Samus when she's on the ledge. Yeah, but yeah, again, another similarity between Peach and Samus is that they both struggle with getting back on stage from ledge. So you can kind of just react to everything, like Flip said. Oh, this is a really interesting situation. Because Samus is when Samus does this up tilt, she's reacting to this spacing. Yeah, definitely. I 100% agree with that. And this is kind of this situation is an example of Samus definitely like trying to ball Sheik out and prevent her from approaching with an up tilt. Because at this percent up tilt is going to be a really high reward option for Samus against Sheik. And right here, Samus is just predicting that you'll run in and trying to catch you with the bomb to up tilt But then you almost get him. That was just fraudulent. If you had been tighter with that fair, that wouldn't have worked. Okay. Okay. So we need to learn how to edge guard here. Okay. Yeah, like if you were so close to getting it. I think down throw to fair is a true combo. It looks like you were 1 or 2 frames late on your dash forward as well. But okay, so you chain, you miss your needle, but then you fair Samus off stage. You could have needled her there. You also could have needled her right here. Because if you look at, I'm going to get the sniffing tool out. But if you look at what we've got right here, Samus is just about at a needle angle, and she's going to bounce up into the needle right here. Yeah, when she's involved, she can get needled. That's a really important part of edge guarding Samus. When she's in the ball, that's when you should be trying to needle her, because that's when you're going to make her lose altitude. Because the goal is to interrupt her bomb jumps, and you can do that with needles. So generally, just try and be really aggressive with needling Samus. And then also another thing, it's less possible on Pokemon because the platform is closer into the stage. But especially on stages like Fountain, you can really effectively needle Samus if you just full hop needle to the platform and then run off needle again to just double needle Samus. You also might have been able to back her right there after she air dodged. You also, I think you also could have needled right there, like right after you fair her off stage. Like, do you see what I'm talking about right here? Like, you totally could have needled Samus right here as well. Maybe, actually, maybe not, but you could have. Yeah, you definitely could have because you jumped into it. Never mind, you could have. So you let Samus back on stage. Let's look at what you could have done instead. I'm not sure what this fair was. I'm not sure what this fair was, but I think Samus redo coming back on stage with an aerial. So she just decides to jump off and backer you. You might be able to go to the platform here. Yeah, I think you were able to go to the platform there. If instead of fastballing after this double jump, and you have just up B to the side right here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like right here, you could have bear here, like right here, especially right there. Yeah, and you can bear their ball as well. Their ball is totally vulnerable. Nice power shield. Okay, so Samus is just fucking shooting her shots. But of course, what you can do instead. Oh, I did not know that. That is good information. Yeah, I feel it. I feel it for sure. But yeah, that's another good thing to watch Top Sheiks for. Just watch any Top Sheik play against the Samus and just watch how they edge guard her, how they use needles. This stuff, yeah, I feel you on this being annoying. But let's start from the shield. Yeah. That's the floaty mid-tier life. The floaty mid-tier life is just to frustrate you so you make mistakes. But what you can do after this, after shielding the missile right here, is you could just waveland up, like no impact lander waveland up to the side plat, and then just like start charging needles. Or you can also just one thing you can do with missiles is you can just hit them with a hitbox, so you could just like F-tilt them, and then just keep dashing forward. But especially when Samus is behind, like she is right here, and when any stray hit will kill her pretty much, you can just charge needles and make her come to you. Yeah, exactly. Like if you find, like right at this percent, if you hit her at the side of the stage with a strong move, she's probably going to die. And then if you grab her, she's going to die because she's an up air kill percent. So you can just like go to the platforms here. Or you could wave dash forward into shield. Yeah, it looks like you tried to dash under it. It looks like you tried to dash under the missile after you power shielded one. But if you shield right here and you just shield the missile and maybe even power shield it, then you're in a good spot. Because the first missile you power shielded would have contacted with this missile, and then you would have been free to just dash forward. Okay. Yeah, it looks like you had a frame to shield with. Like if you look at right here, you're out of leg right there. So you had 1 or 2 frames to shield with. So if you had just been holding shield, I think you would have gotten there. I think you would have shielded the missile. To me in this frame, it looks like you're dashing. Then you get missiled. Okay. So you make it past the missiles, and then something kind of interesting happens. Where you have this opportunity to fair Samus. Like if you look at where you're going with your jump. Like if you look at the double jump right here. Oh no, it's awesome. No, it's really very welcome. Very welcome, because I'm not super confident on the specifics of this matchup. I'm just trying to do like more general theory. Yeah, it's totally fine. No worries. But this situation is something you should be looking for. Because if you just fall down on Samus with a fair here, she doesn't really have too many options to contest it. Like, she even does a downward angled forward tilt instead of doing an up tilt. So you totally could have blown her up for this. But again, if we look at this image, yeah, you can just hit Samus missiles. Yeah, you can jab nair fair, out and F tilt Samus missiles, and then you can also just needle Samus charge shot, because I believe it only takes 2 needles to cancel out a charge shot. So Samus really doesn't have the advantage at range. Actually, I mean, it's mostly Sheik that has the advantage at range. So it's totally fine to be full screen with Samus. Because she, again, like a 1 needle. Okay, no problem. But yeah, so 1 needle. Actually, I'll also start. I'll start a little notepad document to track everything that we're talking about. But so what I'm saying is that when you have this position set up, again, Samus. Oh, that's wild. That's wild. But again, so if you fall on Samus right here, and then you can fair her at this diagonal angle, which is what we're really looking for as a Sheik player. We're looking for this diagonal angle because Samus, in order to contest this again, is forced to either up tilt to proactively beat it, or upward angle forward tilt, which is pretty anemic, as I said earlier, or crouch it. But Samus doesn't have access to crouch cancel this percent, so that effectively removes one of her main options for dealing with you coming down on top of her with a fair. And then you can also kneel her, of course, if you want to confirm into a grab. But I'm just going to pull up my notepad, and we're going to start writing our notes. So first thing I think is to try to avoid coming down directly on top of Samus. Instead, try to come down on her from a diagonal angle. She curls to contest diagonally above her because it's her, so space, bear and needles are really good against her. And then also watch top sheiks to learn how to edge guard Samus. Watch top sheiks to learn how to corner pressure Samus. Try out dash dancing on platforms as you react to what your opponent does. So you can do stuff like so out of dash dance you can do and wavelands to top. Plat. Yeah, Samus has no shield pressure. There is some weird kind of fraudulent shield pressure that Samus can do with bombs. And I've definitely, the first time I encountered that I definitely got really flustered. But then I just DM'd the Samus that did it to me after the match. And he said, so for Samus bomb pressure, if I can just get the... So if Samus bombs in front of you, this is just kind of the general Samus shield pressure thing from a Samus main who is bomb pressuring my shield. Best way if I bomb in front of you, I'll snip it. So the best way if I bomb in front of you, or around you, but not on you, is to jump over or disengage or attack through bombs. I can't really do anything unless it explodes next to me. The bomb animation is super duper long, almost an entire second. But if it explodes on me, it cancels the jump and I can do anything immediately. So if it's just in front of you, avoid it, or try to hit me out of whatever I'm doing. If I bomb your shield, you can either buffer roll out or narrow to shield the next thing. So Samus shield pressure is definitely not real. It's not a real thing. It's fraudulent. And you can also, like, if you think about it, Samus is just intrinsically bad at shield pressure because her grab is really long, so she can't threaten with grab like other characters can. And then her F tilt, her tilts are all shield grabbable, and her down smash is also shield punchable. And she can't all jabs are shield grabbable, so that doesn't really work. So there's nothing she can really do to your shield. It's actually too scary. But anyways, so bringing the notepad back up. So we have try to avoid coming down directly on top of Samus. Instead, try to come down on her from a diagonal angle, because she struggles to contest diagonally above her. So Space Bear, Bear, and Noodles are really strong. Watch top sheiks to learn how to edge guard Samus. Watch top sheiks to learn how to corner pressure Samus. And try out dash dancing on platforms as it lets you react to what your opponent does. How to dash dancing and do run off, shield drop when you go onto the platform. And also on a related note, try out short hop. Try out short hop back, no impact. Lands, I'm typing on Stadium. Okay, so back to the analysis. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Like, I'm fine with all of this. This is all good. This is what you want to be doing with Samus. Because, like, if you look at it, like, right here, like, this is exactly what you want to set up. Because you actually were able to come down. Like, you're able to set up this situation on Samus, which is really strong. I'll try and find the frame where she's at, where Samus is actually standing, so I can talk about this better. Like, this is a perfect situation for Sheik, and also pretty much any character. Because Samus, it's too late for her to up tilt, so she loses out on that aspect, like that way to shut down this jump. And she can't really up tilt, as I said before. And she also can't crouch, so she's just really in a bad spot right here. And this is exactly what you want to be trying to seek out. And that's exactly why Samus, like in that way, so we see here, Samus is the main option here. Is actually just the wave dash back, which she does. Okay, you can get an up air here. It looks like you're just missing your dash. Let's frame by frame advance it. Yeah, you just didn't dash afterwards. You didn't get the dash jump. Like, if you look at it right here, so you down throw Samus, and I think you're active right here. You're active for 2 frames that you could have been dashing with. So you kind of just flubbed your stuff right here. So I'll add on another note. Grind out, down, throw, heal, confirm, Samus when she's at 9%. You drop. She dropped a few that would have been kills. How's the stream quality, by the way? Because I'm seeing that I'm dropping 8.6% of frames. But I don't think it'll be reflected in the recording, though. Okay, you're definitely getting a little bit flustered right here. Yeah, you can also just fair. Would fair kill here? I know up air for sure would kill here, but can fair? So fair. I'm really not a fan of this up smash. Especially when you're seeing, like, I guess that it's coming. This up smash is coming from you kind of panicking after you whiff the fair. Let's up you fair. Same thing as uppies. You can just up air here. You can just turn around and up air her there. You don't have to go for the fair. You can also just nair her, cutting in and out. Okay. Yeah, some days it's good for. All right, we got conflicting reports. Um, yeah, I'll actually go into the samus channel. Okay, I don't see it. I don't see a kill confirm list on that. Oh, you wanted for reverse fair. Okay. Yeah, I would just go for nair or up air there. Um, just because the margin for error on fair there is really small. And I think nair or up air would also just kill here. Like, you don't have to go for the forward air. Um, but if you are going to go for stuff like that, definitely practice it. Like if you're like practicing combo game, just practice like reverse fairing a CPU over and over again. I'm not a fan of this up smash. Let's see what you could have done instead. Like, Samus just wasn't in nearly enough leg for that up smash to work. You could have just reacted, just like shielded, and then jabbed at it, like waved that forward jab at a shield to punish Samus's dash attack. But yeah, just anything other than up smash there would be good. Okay, so this brings up a really important concept against Samus. Which is that when you're in this situation right here, something important to think about is that Samus's immediate range extends to right about there. That's like her up tilt range. Actually, it's a little bit closer in. Like right there. That is about her up tilt range. But she can actually threaten more range than it looks like, because she can wave dash forward to right here, or even further. She can actually probably wave dash forward to like right here. And then she gets an extension of her active range, like to right about there. So her actual range right here is pretty much that whole bubble. So right now you're standing on the very edge of that range, which is good. But what you do is you dash back and then dash back into this Samus's effective range that she covers with wave dash forward tilt. So that's something to be really aware of in this matchup, especially at this percent when F tilt is going to send you off stage. Because at earlier percents it isn't really super relevant because F tilt isn't going to lead to anything. But at these high percents, wave dash forward F tilt or wave dash forward down tilt is something that's very important to be aware of. Yeah, up smash has like no use against Samus. You can't convert into it from a down throw. I mean, you can always platform tech chase with up smash on Yoshi's and on Fountain, but like an actual neutral or like as a true punish, it's pretty much never good. What happens here is that you dash back away from this range, which is good, and then you just wave dash back right into it, and just get hit. But whereas if you had dash back and then just like short hop bared, you would have been able to catch her. You would have been able to catch her coming in. Okay, are you sure will they not just trade? I guess you could also down smash, but that's really committal. But yeah, so when you're at this range, just try to be very aware of just the wave dash forward F tilt range and try to play around it. Because if you had like short hop right here, you could have reacted to the wave dash forward F tilt with you could have reacted to the wave dash forward F tilt with just pretty much anything. Okay, moving on. So I guess that's the next thing to note while we're there. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Respect samus is effective. Or immediate. Okay, moving on. I'll bring the window capture back up. So moving on. So we get F tilted. It looks like your ledge dashes could be a little bit tighter. Yeah, signal needles are pretty strong against Samus. Like, because Samus is just so slow that pretty much like all forms of needle camping work on her, right? Because like she just can't really contest it. Like she can't really contest you charging needles. She can't really contest you throwing them. She can't really contest you going to the platforms to throw them. But yeah, looks like your ledge dashes could use a little bit of work. Because this one is a little bit sloppy. You also didn't have to double jump here. You didn't have to double jump here at all. You could have just fallen to the ledge, and you would have been fine. Like there was no need to double jump here at all, especially because Samus isn't in range to threaten you at all. Like she's nowhere near you. And the reason to double jump away is that is to like avoid an immediate threat, but Samus isn't actually able to threaten you here. So there's no need to double jump. Okay, I kind of like what you're doing here, just hunting for those back airs, especially this percent. Jumping into needle is not the strongest of options, or jumping into missiles, because like when she's right here, the likelihood that she's gonna like missile to the platform is just so strong. Even though getting in on her diagonally is really good. You're also engaging from a bit too far away. You ideally want to be closer to Samus when you're doing your fair pressure. Yeah, CCing is something that we're not really seeing freehops doing at all, or seeing freehops do at all. I don't think he's CC'd. I don't think he's CC'd to move so far. I feel like you could just grab him right here. Like I totally feel like you could just grab Samus right here. Like of course you're playing around his charge shot. But like you could have grabbed him here. You could have done anything instead of doing the backer that you did. Which I guess is fine, but you could have, like, one thing you could have done. One thing that's actually really nice. Okay, is that for like free hop specifically, or is that just general matchup knowledge? But like if you look right here, you totally could have needled him. Like you totally could have just turned around needled Samus, and that would lead into a grab, and you can just kill him off of that. Um, like there was like going for the backer here is just like pretty much objectively worse than going for the needle because like they have the same likelihood of hitting, but needles can actually lead into a grab, or even like it's like even like a down smash if you don't feel comfortable in your grab punishes. So I guess that's one thing I think I would throw in. Try using needles more in neutral. Yeah, Samus does not have very good grab punishes, to say the least. But yeah, like if you think about it, like pretty much all of her moves can be crouch cancelled. I guess like I don't know if down smash can be crouch cancelled, but like F tilt, down tilt, up tilt, jab, nair, back air, all can be crouch cancelled. You put yourself on the platform when you really want to be holding center stage right here. Because like if instead of going to the platform after this back here, you would just like ledge canceled it or like just slid off and got to center, you would have been able to avoid this downer that Samus did. And then you kind of just get flustered. It feels like sometimes you just get a little bit flustered and you don't really know what to do. There you go. There we go. You could have needled here. Actually, maybe not. But like, if you look at like what Flubs was talking about, if you look at the actual punishment she got off of her down throw, she just got like 20%. That's it. She got 19% actually. So there's nothing really to be afraid of. Oh, okay. But like if you can just take, but like to show like why CC is really good. This is a great example because you're this is like the punish Samus has for CCing, and she doesn't get like really anything off of it. There we go. That's exactly what I want to see you doing. Because needles are like, especially against Samus, like a very CC heavy character, they're your safest way to actually create openings. So stuff like this is fantastic. Again, it looks like you need to work on your down throw follow-ups. Looks like you were just a bit too late. Here you can either... I'm not sure if you can actually up air Samus here. Yeah, it looks like you can. So sometimes when you're down throwing a character, especially a floaty, you just have to take the platform tech chase. So right here, you could just like wave that with no impact land to the platform, and then just tech chase Samus with a grab, and that'd be pretty strong. This is getting a little bit dicey. The how much you're putting yourself above Samus, because if you look at what's happening here, you're actually just not. Samus has total control of center stage, so she can just run up under you and just cross cancel whatever you're about to do, or just down tilt you before whatever you're about to do comes out, like right here. Although, yeah, on platforms you can tech chase. But, like, if you look at, like, right here, you actually had a good needle angle on Samus, which was the benefit of this jump you did, but you just didn't take it. So not only did you put yourself above Samus, really riskily, is that a word? Really dangerously, but you also passed up on the opportunity that actually going above Samus that far, like that high, gives you. So you kind of just messed up on 2 counts here. Even just full jump needles. Yeah, even just full jump needles would be much better. It would be much better here. I guess what I'm seeing is that you were a little bit afraid after whiffing. So it looks like after you whiff this jab, you kind of get scared and you decide to just run away from Samus as much as possible, which I guess means double jumping. But the big thing to think about right here is that you actually had center stage right here. You had control of the match. Because if you look at the situation after you jab, Samus spot dodges, so you still have center stage control. Like, you have nothing to fear. Like, there was no reason to go for this. Yeah. You can definitely just aerial. But there is no real reason to give up, there's no real reason to run away here, because you actually had, like, center stage control, and you had center stage control, and you had frame advantage. So by doing this double jump away, not only are you giving up center stage control, you're giving up your framed advantage. Do you catch that last part? Because I think that's pretty important. Like this part about not giving up center stage and frame advantage in this situation. Right here. Yeah. Yeah, with the double jump. Because okay. So if you look at the situation. Yeah, okay, sweet. So, but that's really important with Samus, because Samus like all characters in Melee. So Samus is like all characters in Melee, in that when she's put in the corner, she loses out in a lot of her options. But unlike characters like Fox or like Falcon or even like Sheik or Marth, where they're really fast, so they can get out of the corner with just speed, Samus doesn't have that. So Samus really has to be patient and wait for her opportunity to get out of the corner, which means that if you can just push her there, you'll get like really good results in general. Whereas if you do stuff like this, you're just letting Samus gain control of center stage again. Like Samus sees you jab, whiffs F tilt, sees you double jump in the air, and then just has time to run all the way under you and down tilt you. Try not to jab Samus when she's at low percent in general. Yeah, it looks like your down throw follow-ups could just use a lot of work. You were just a little bit too slow on this one. Like if you look at, I'm assuming you lost some frames here. Oh, actually, that one just wasn't real. That one wasn't real. So you actually weren't able to tech chase this one. So you just had to take the pressure, just like take the delayed tech chase. Like you, instead of tech chasing by wave landing on the platform, what you had to do here was just tech chase by using aerials underneath the platform. Okay. So actually, this brings up watching you get. It's just something you'll learn from experience, and also something you'll learn. Like it's something you'll learn just by getting the reps in. So that's through experience and playing like matches, but also just through the experience of grinding out your down throw tech chase punishes on Samus. Specifically in this stage, as well as in other stages. But it's just something you gotta learn just by spending a lot of time in the lab. Like when you're like working on your punish game, you should work on not only grounded tech chases but also platform tech chases. So just like put a floaty character, give them enough percent so that they might tech on the stage, and then just practice tech chasing them on the platform over and over and over again. I think you should have fared here, because you're not going to get a follow-up on this first up air. And fairing Samus will just put her off stage. I'm not sure why you were going for the fair here. I think just Nair would have worked, or also just Waveland away. You could have wave landed away and then reacted to Samus doing a panic down smash. But if you look at right here, you're actually, I guess you're engaging at that wave dash forward F tilt range. But I think you're still like you're close. Well, you're far enough away that these needles aren't really ever going to hit. Especially since Samus was actually putting herself in lag by doing these F-tilts. Like, there was no real danger of you getting wave dash forward F-tilted. I feel like you could have just fallen. Yeah, you could have just fallen to the platform. I mean, you could have just fallen to the ledge. Like, if you had just needle turnarounded, like done needle turnaround and then just drifted to a ledge, you could have avoided these missiles. And that's something that popped up like a minute earlier in the game, where you could have just fallen to ledge, but instead you just double jumped. Actually, at least I think that was you, but even so. So even so, at 2:26, you get sent off stage to jump into the missile. Get the option of just holding your double jump. Okay. So you double jump into a missile, you get sent off stage. You double jump into and you just get destroyed by missiles. So yeah, I guess that's the other big thing. And so the other thing that you can watch top samuses do is to watch top sheiks, or to watch top sheiks do is to watch top sheiks to learn how they deal with missiles. Plup is probably going to be the best one because of his samus experience. I can't really think of any other top sheiks that have lots of samus experience. I guess Face Girl has hugs, so that kind of counts. You totally could have boost grabbed right here. Samus is in, so you have advantage over Samus here frame wise. So you could totally just throw an overshot grab in here, overshot boost grab right here, or just hold your grounds. Like you had no real reason to leave dash away right here after whipping this back here. Because if you look at the situation, you weren't actually in any real danger because Samus was in leg, so you could have just like short hopped again, and just pressured him more, or just boost grabbed him. There was no real need to wave dash back here. I'm gonna go through the rest of this a bit more quickly because I've already taken many notes, and I think at this point there's not really. I think at this point more in-depth notes are just going to be noise, and I think we've already got a lot of good stuff for you to like kind of think about and to practice. I'm still not a fan of this nair. Yeah, no problem, dude. Not a fan of this nair just because it doesn't really do anything. And because if you think about this kind of nair, this mainly, I guess you were doing it to beat the missiles, which makes sense. But even so, this kind of nair is something that generally works with like Fox and Falco and Falcon, where they're likely going to be jumping into the air. It doesn't work as well with characters that are just going to be more grounded, because especially like Samus can just crouch cancel punish it on reaction, like she does here. Yeah, I think I want to see you try and implement more boost grabs. Like right here, a situation that'd be good to boost grab in. Because again, if you look at the situation, Samus is coming out of leg, so you have frame advantage on her. So you could totally just throw a boost grab into her and see what happens. And that's kind of a big thing with Samus, is just that when she has... If you have frame advantage on her, then she's really limited in terms of the options she can do to contest a boost grab. So definitely... I think maybe it was also that you got a little bit scared with your... You got a little bit scared because you whiffed some boost grabs early on in the match. And that might have like frightened you and prevented, made you shy away from doing more boost grabs. But, so that's going to be the next note. Try out boost grabbing Samus when you have advantage stage. Frame-wise. Also watch top sheiks and focus solely on how they get their grabs. / use boost grab. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, you're definitely not good at handling missiles. You get hit by a lot of them. But yeah, also just try playing more grounded against Samus, like Flubs was talking about. Just try hunting for those boost grabs, because I think that's also one factor in why you're not really grabbing Samus, is that you're spending so much time in the air that you really don't have the opportunities. Also, another obligatory note to not jab Samus, because this happens. You could have just fared her back or dash into stage and back her. Okay, you might be able to kill her off this one, or just take the fair. Okay, awesome. Yeah, one big thing is just to go into training mode and just practice down throw, up airing floaties when they DI away. There's another kind of needless double jump. You could have just upbeat to ledge. You didn't need the double jump there. Ooh, no! No. Yeah, so this is... Oh, you were really close. You were so close. But this is kind of your... If you look at the... Okay, so this is the last snip I'll do. So you're about to boost grab here, but if you think about it, your boost grab range is like right. Your boost grab range is like right there. So when Samus, but this means that Samus actually has time to react to you doing a boost grab, because even though she's framed, even though you're massively advantaged over her frame wise, because you're because you're boost grabbing from such a long distance, she still has time to react to what you're doing, and she still has time to do a spot dodge right here, and then get the punish on you. But what you can do when you have significant frame advantage, like you do right here, but you don't want to fully commit with the boost grab, is you could just so green is movement, red is threat range. You could just, actually I'll use blue. What you could do is just wave dash to like right here. Actually, oh, what is up with it? What's up with it, Chris Atlas? We're almost done. But what you can do, so with the boost grab range being like that, this means that with Samus being in significant frame disadvantage, this means that she's likely, because she knows she's almost in boost grab range, to do something about it. So this means that we can then leverage that and dash forward at her, and then stop. Stop like right there. Stop just outside. Actually, maybe a little bit shallower. Stop like right there. Yeah, stop, wave dash down, wave dash back, shield stop. This is a classic 1-2 move right here. You take advantage of Samus being disadvantaged and knowing that you're probably going to throw a boost grab at her to dash forward, give her the cue that she's looking for to do something about the boost grab, stop, and then keep on going and get the boost grab and get the grab. That's a really important thing. Like if you're ever in a situation where you know that you have significant frame advantage on someone, but you also know that you don't have enough frame advantage or the spacing to get a true punish, then you can do stuff like this. Stuff like this, where you take advantage of your opponent knowing your threat range, dash forward like you're gonna do the option that you're threatening, and then just bait out bait out a move or bait out a spot dodge, or bait out even a wave dash back. Because like if Samus wave dashes back right here, then what happens is that you just end up taking this much stage, and then you just reset the situation. So yeah, that's kind of the general thing to practice in all matchups. Just practice really trying to pressure opponents with your boost grab. Yeah, it could definitely. Yeah, that can definitely happen if you're like experimenting with it, because it's definitely something that takes practice. And then there's also situations where where actual wave dash isn't the right option. Sometimes like dash forward, and then dash back, and then dash back in will be the right option for baiting out and punishing an option. And sometimes it'll be wave dash down. Sometimes it'll be shield stop. Like if you want to hit them with a short hop fair or something like that, instead of grabbing them, then like dash forward and the shield stop could be good. Dash forward and the crouch could be good if you're playing against like Falcon and you're at low percent, so you can just crouch cancel everything. But yeah. Okay, I'm gonna own this. Oh yeah, so did you see my snipping? Did I forget to move the snipping? Did I forget to move the snipping tool up past the game? Okay, I'll go over. So I think I conveyed what I meant. But like basically, so this is your boost grab range. This right here is where you could stop to be outside Samus's F tilt or down tilt range, and then move back in. This is where you could dash forward to, and then dash back, and then dash back in to whip punish Samus. Because Samus sees that you're at this threatening range. Samus sees you're at the threatening ranges, and it's reacting to it. Is essentially all that could be. All that was missed, all that was lost in translation because of the snipping tool not showing up. So Samus sees you dashing forward, looking for the boost grab, and you get the boost grab to her, and she spot dodge down tilts. Yeah, you could just be like F tilting all these. Yeah, F tilt that one again. Because an important thing to remember with dealing with Samus missiles is that once you jab them, then you just instantly go back to normal. Or like once you jab or attack them, you instantly go back to normal. It's not like you keep on going in your attack animation. It's not like you keep on going in your attack animation, so you just do it over and over again. Yeah, we gotta move on the ground. You could also jump over these, I think. But yeah, this is obnoxious. This is very obnoxious. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna stop recording.